Border Management Authority, that's the BMA, is monitoring the processing of travellers at the Beitbridge border post, and this as the Easter holidays begin. That's where we find SABC News reporter Koketjo Mudau, who is at that border post for us. And Koketjo, of course, it's expected to be quite the busy weekend, and I wonder if the BMA has everything it needs in order to ensure that there are no delays as far as the processing of travellers is concerned.
Well, thank you so much, and good evening to you, Bongi, and good evening to the viewers. I can tell you that indeed this is a very busy weekend. We understand that some of the Zimbabwean citizens are actually, traveling home for this Easter weekend so that they can be able to spend the Easter with their loved ones and their families, and others are traveling to churches in Zimbabwe for this Easter weekend. And I can tell you that we've been here at the border post since the early hours of this morning, where we managed to see and also speak to some of the Zimbabweans who are traveling. Others are traveling as far as Johannesburg and Pretoria, going back home. But I can tell you that we managed to engage with the BMA, which told us that indeed they have deployed over 2,600 officials here at the border post to ensure that there is a law enforcement that is really and also ensuring that people are not crossing the border illegally. But to talk more about this issue, I'm now joined here by the Assistant Commissioner, Mr. Murdoch Ramathuba. Thank you so much for joining us here on SABC News. Let's talk about the preparations to ensure that this Easter weekend, everybody who is traveling across, these two countries, well equipped in terms of the passport and all these necessary documents. What did you do in order to ensure that the people who are traveling to Zimbabwe are able to be processed properly?
Thank you very much, and thanks to the listeners who are watching here. I think we can start from the statement that the Commissioner made in the past week, where he was making people aware that we are here and we are better resourced than what we were in the previous years. So people who want to take chances going through the borderline, they are in trouble. But now that's why you see that people are coming through the ports, and you might have been aware of the fact that we have made a lot of interceptions using the technology that we have now installed here in the ports, and the additional deployment of people that are in the ports to try to address some of these challenges. Yeah.
And I understand that you are also using technology to ensure that you are able to check everything across this port of entry.
Yes.
Earlier on, we also saw you deploying the drones and the cameras. Take us through the significance of this new technology. That is it really assisting you in terms of keeping illegal crossings and the illicit smuggling of illegal products?
It's actually two-pronged. The first one, which is the primary one, is for us to be able to detect people that are involved in illegal activities, like those that are crossing through the areas that they are not supposed to be crossing. There are people who are smuggling things in and out of the country, cigarettes and other illicit products, as we have said earlier on. But the second thing that we have realized, which just came out as we were working, is the fact that it also serves as a deterrent, because now people know that we are flying these drones and we are catching them, because they talk to each other. They tell each other, no, guys, we should rather try elsewhere, because if it is about Beitbridge, that's not the right place. We have intercepted and arrested over 100 people since yesterday, whether they were smuggling things in or they were trying to cross without proper documents and related aspects. So as we speak now, we've got drones that we are flying. There is a drone now that we have brought in that has a night vision, which even in the dark, if you thought you're gonna come in through while it's darker, that's where we'll see you better, because then it's only you that will be there in the bushes.
All right. So we understand that you are also responsible for some of the places, some of the border posts, particularly the Beitbridge and the Northwest. Just give us the overview of the situation in these two port of entries.
Here where we are in the northern region. So the northern region consists of Limpopo and Northwest. The key ports will be this Beitbridge, it will be Groblersbrug that goes to Botswana, the N11, as well as ports like Kopfontein in the northwest. The regional commander responsible for the northern region is responsible for all those areas. But what we have seen is that in this Easter period, the movements have not been significantly higher than how they're supposed to be, and the numbers that were coming through, we were able to manage them as quickly as possible with the deployments that we have on the ground, with the additional people that we have. We were able to manage those. I was checking as of this morning that we had about 13 people that we processed, 13,000 people we processed yesterday, of which over 7,000 were coming in and about 6,000 were going out. Surprisingly, because we expect people to be traveling out of the country. If we check this morning, we had about 7,000 people between 6 in the morning and about, I think it's 6 and about 1 in the afternoon. With those people that we were looking at, we had over 4,000 of those were coming in, and 3,000 were going out.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us here on SABC News. That is Mr. Murdoch Ramathuba, outlining some of the plans that they've put in place, particularly during this, Easter weekend. And I can tell you that these port of entries will be, operating throughout the night as the, number of travelers and the traffic, as it is expected, to increase throughout the night.